Right, okay, fan reaction time then. Stoke City 0, Burnley 2. Get in there, Clarets. That's a good win, that. That is a good win. I know they've not had a great season so far of Stoke. But yeah, it's just the way we played in that second half. Like, absolutely buzzing with that. A proper good away end as well. That was a really good away end. I hope it came across on camera and stuff for those of you that watched at home, and for those of you that's seen my full-time video, you can check it out on the channel now. But it was a really good away end. Loud, boisterous, atmosphere was good underneath on the concourse pre-game. Atmosphere was good, obviously, during the game and that as well. And obviously atmosphere good at the end as well. Absolutely brilliant away day. And that's why we do it, isn't it? That's why we do these away days. All right, it's not hard work getting to Stoke, is it? It's a nice, easy drive on the M6. It takes an hour and a half. But sometimes, like, you're driving, 3.5, 4, 5 hours there and the same back, and this is why we do it. So absolutely buzzing with today. I'm buzzing with everything around it. Even, and you won't catch me saying this very often, thank you bastards, because they beat Leeds as well, didn't they? I weren't sure what I wanted from that game, if I'm going to be honest with you. I will never, ever want them to win a football match, but the fact that they did, and the fact that we then backed it up with our performance to go second in the league, means that right now I'm very happy. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with today. And let's get into the match then, shall we? I thought, actually, first half, despite all that, we weren't great, were we? Now, we just weren't moving the ball fast enough. We just that was the problem. We weren't moving the ball quick enough. I thought both wingers weren't good enough. They weren't beating the men. They weren't trying to get forward. They were too cautious. There was just something about us. The only person that wanted to make anything happen was Jeremy Sarmiento, who, by the way, was fantastic today, first half and second half, even better in the second half. But if it wasn't for Trafford and it wasn't for Esteve with that block, Trafford made a great save in the first half as well. We could have easily gone in behind 2-0, easily. And then, with the amount of goals that, we've scored so far this season, the chances of it coming back from 2-0 are slim to none. But thankfully, in that second half, we were absolutely fantastic. Now, I don't actually know what's changed, or what changed, should I say. Because Scott Parker came out, the team came out, and I'm thinking, why has he not made any changes? Because that half wasn't great. I hope we're not going to play the same way in this second half as we did in the first half. I expected subs. That's what I expected. I expected maybe one of the wingers to go off, maybe even Jay, something like that. Just try something different. But obviously he's done a tactical tweak, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what he's changed, but he's gone in there. I think he's alluded to it slightly in his post-match press conference, hasn't he? He said something like, Stoke were playing 5 at the back for the first time this season. That shocked us a little bit. So I just wanted to get the lads in at half-time and tweak things around a little bit, have a little bit of a tactical discussion, and then go out in the second half and hopefully play a lot better. And that's exactly what they did. That second half is exactly how I want to see Burnley play this season. They were brilliant. All right, it wasn't company-esque where, we're committing all these bodies forward and stuff like that. But it weren't a million miles away, because Anthony had that chance and then we kept going forward and we had a few pot shots, to be fair. But we were brilliant in that second half. Absolutely fantastic. And the main difference was for me, is the wingers. They actually suddenly wanted to try and beat the man. They weren't just turning back. We were committing bodies forward and with purpose. Like, we were going forward with pace. And every single attack after that first goal, I'm thinking, they're going to score it. They're going to score it. We were fantastic. We deserve a lot of credit. And I tell you who deserves a lot of credit as well. Scott Parker. I am feeling, smug's the wrong word, but I'm feeling happy. Like, a lot of people dived on him and the team after that Millwall game, and I was like, come on, this is ridiculous. We are not one of these fan bases, or at least I thought we weren't. Too many people were diving on him. Too many people were saying, this is not good enough, he needs to go. And I'll tell you what, even at half-time today, when it was 0-0, all right, I've admitted the first half performance wasn't great, but we've just won 3 in a row, and we're drawing away 0-0. If the game had finished 0-0, is it the end of the world? No. We'd have still been on a decent unbeaten run and would have still picked up a point on the road. All right, we wouldn't have gone second, but we're not going to win every single week. And at half-time, people on Twitter, I know I shouldn't go on it. I shouldn't go on it, but I do. We're still mourning. And I'm thinking, we've just won 3 in a row. We've played 3 games in a week. People are saying it's not good enough. Why's Jay up front? Why's this there? Why's that there? It's just not good enough. And I'm thinking, this is a third game in a week. Jay's probably had a slow start because he's 35 or however old he is. He's nearly the same age as me. And in fact, he's the same age. No, he's not. That's me. But he's their manager today, or is it their manager? I think it's their manager. Their manager today is like 36. Jay's like 18 months younger than that guy there or thereabouts. I don't know if Jay's even 34 or 35. I can never remember. But, you know, that first half, I admit Jay wasn't great. But he wasn't awful. He was just a bit isolated. And I was just thinking, like, it's 3 games in a week. Just take a step back and be like, okay, not a good first half performance. Hopefully we don't lose. But no, people are there going, not good enough. I'm just thinking, just relax. Just relax. And then, pretty similar to the Coventry game, really. We came out in that second half, got a relatively early goal. Weren't as early as that Coventry game, was it? But yeah, that second half, like I said, I do think the main difference was the wingers. The wingers were going forward, attacking with purpose and stuff. But yeah, a brilliant away day, a brilliant performance second half. And that second half is exactly, I think I've already said this, is exactly how I want Burnley to play this season. If we can play like that week in, week out, we'll finish in the top 2. We will finish in the top 2. Whether we can play like that week in, week out, I'm not sure. I'm still a little bit worried about our lack of depth because we've seen the injuries, we've seen how bad it is. It's good to see Fleming back today. That was good. I was happy to see Fleming back today, even if it was only for, you know, the last, however long he was on, the last 20 minutes or so. But I even thought he did all right when he came on. Brownhill did well when he came on. He's another one that gets a lot of stick. Again, I don't really think all of it's justified, but he played well when he came on. Decent finish with the pen. I know it's a pen, but you've still got to put him away, haven't you? Sunderland missed one on Friday night, didn't they? But yeah, get in. Really happy with that. Esteve, I tell you what, one thing I do want to mention, James Trafford. I know we've got relegated. I know he's had to find his level. But he was fantastic today. He's been fantastic all season. He makes a very big stop in that first half, and Esteve makes that big block as well, to be fair. But we know Esteve's class. Trafford got a lot of stick last season, some of it from me. You know, in fairness, I believe that I am quite balanced. If I say someone's poor, I will give my reasons for that. And I always said last season, Trafford's just playing a league too high for him. That's all it was. He was playing in the Premier League. He wasn't ready for the Premier League. We've got relegated. He's found his level, and he's been fantastic. He's been absolutely brilliant, to be fair to him. And it weren't even just that save. He's coming out and he's punching crosses. And then, well, and remember that bit? I think it was in the first half, because when he were in this end. They have a corner, Trafford comes out and punches it. It goes about 30, 40 yards, falls to a Stoke player. They build again, cross it in. It comes out and catches it. Falls to the ground, gets it out to the fullback. He was brilliant today, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for coming back from a very difficult season. That shows, to be fair to Trafford, how great he is mentally. Because I remember standing in this kitchen, doing these reactions and saying, I worry about Trafford's mentality if he's just shipping 4, 5, 6 goals every week and the fans are getting on his back. All right, he had a bit of a a wobble in the summer, trying to sort of like tout a move to Newcastle and putting things on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. But he's a kid. He's going to do that. He's been brilliant. And I do think we'll lose him in the summer. I think he goes to a Premier League club. We may or may not be a Premier League club in the summer, but even then, I think he'll go on to pastures new. But yeah, he's been brilliant so far this season. But yeah, a lot of them were brilliant today. I thought Sarmiento were brilliant. I thought Esteve were brilliant. Anthony was brilliant in the second half. I thought Jay was good in the second half as well. And Loren as well with the assist. I didn't even realise it was Loren at the time. I watched the highlights back earlier. But yeah, what an assist. What an away day that was. What a performance. And yeah, second in the league. So we'll take that and put some respect on Scott Parker's name, please. Because second in the league, despite everything that went on in the summer with all them players leaving and stuff and having to completely build that new squad. Let's just remember everything that happened before we all start having a moan. We're in a good position, and that is a credit to Scott Parker and them lads that wear the shirt. Get in there.